The free-to-play scene has been growing ever larger in the latest updates of World of Tanks Blitz. The Emil 1 was the start. This is an incredibly powerful Tier 8 tech tree heavy tank. The Emil 1 has great hull-down capabilities with 10 degrees of gun depression. It's got an amazing gun that in 6 seconds can deal 960 damage, and as well a hull including its turret that you really can't penetrate unless you have extremely high amounts of penetration that most heavies really just can't cut through. I do find the Emil 1 in a lot of situations better than actually the Emil 1951, which is regarded as one of the best Tier 8 premium tanks. So yeah, the Emil 1 is absolutely amazing. We take a look at the Tiger 2. This vehicle is just the gift that keeps on giving. Wargaming buffed it a long time ago, probably 2 years ago. They made its frontal armor absolutely amazing, but not only did they do that, but then a couple months ago they gave it more damage per minute to a point now where it's 2,454. That's a ridiculous amount of DPM for a Tier 8 heavy tank. A super heavy at that also has pretty good accuracy, really solid penetration. The Tiger 2 has always been top of the hill when it comes to super heavies, and it's still kicking because it's such a good vehicle. There are so many Tier 8s, like the Carnarvon now, that's sitting at 3,000 damage per minute. We got the FE301, which is by far the best Tier 8 light tank in the game right now. I mean, there are so many strong Tier 8 vehicles. I absolutely love the P44 Pantera. The TVP VTU, after its armor buff, is actually really strong, especially with the ridiculous amounts of penetration it has. And even vehicles that not many people talk about, like the WZ-1111 GFT, carrying the highest HE alpha damage for a 130mm with 660 average, are incredibly strong. But there's one tank that I haven't talked about yet, which definitely stands out compared to all of the rest, which is the 53 TP. And just to point this out, Tier 8 is not the only tier in this game that has incredibly powerful vehicles. If we take a look at Tier 7, there's vehicles like the T29, the Black Prince, the T3041, and that list is massive. It continues on for other very strong vehicles like the Tiger P now with its tungsten shells. Even up at Tier 9, you've got the E75, the M5Yo, the Standard B, and that list will go on forever as well. There are so many powerful Tier 9s, Tier 7s, Tier 6s that don't cost a single cent. And this is why I always get a little bit touchy when people try to say that this game is only pay to win, because there are vehicles out here, especially like the 53 TP and the Emil 1, that I would say are better than the majority of even strongly considered Tier 8 premiums. I would say that the 53 TP is about as good as an Object 252, if not better, because it has better mobility, better gun depression, and it has tungsten shells. I mean, what's not to love about this vehicle? So let's really talk about the 53 TP. It's able to go 40 kilometers per hour, but that's actually not the case because I'm running improved gear oil, which means that you can actually go faster than that at 44 kilometers per hour, also increasing your overall power to weight ratio, especially if you're also running improved fuel. Not only do you have a very solid power to weight and a very good top speed, this tank can also reverse extremely fast at 20 kilometers per hour because of that improved gear oil. The gun has massive alpha at 420 damage per shot, with extremely good standard pen at 236 and very good premium pen at 278. And if you're running tungsten, your average damage goes to like 490, which means that, yeah, you're going to be hitting really hard on enemy opponents. Unlike the 252 that only sits at, what, 6 degrees of gun depression, you actually have 8 degrees on this vehicle, making you extremely flexible on any ridgeline. And you've got fantastic upper plate armor, a turret that's virtually impossible to penetrate unless you're in an ISU 152, and even then, it's still a very sturdy turret. I mean, there's so many good things to say about this tank and so little bad. Let's talk about the bad things. It's got pretty poor dispersion. It's sitting at like 0.38 something, so you gotta be careful with the gun because you might miss a lot of shells. As well, the tank is very large, which means the sides are extremely weak, and because it's so long, it's like a hot dog, so you can just shoot right into the sides quite easily. But you can see just how fast this tank is. I mean, it does not seem like it's slow whatsoever. Now, what does the enemy team have? They got a Tiger 2 and an Emil 1. Well, there's the Tiger 2 right off to the side. Can't get a shell in yet. Oh, you know what? If he's going to stop, we might just be able to, yeah, butter right through that turret. Nice shots. You can see where that fantastic penetration comes right into place. We just got kind of unlucky that the tiger actually ended up hitting my gun instead of my turret. But either way, let's push over here. I'm watching my, what is that, my Tiger 2 get a little bit buttered through, but that's nothing to worry a lot about because we can just push onto the side of vehicles like this a mill. I'm going to put on my Bungston shells and, ooh, 465 damage tap there, and would you look at that, a bounce from the Scorbopian G. 6 more seconds left, we'll have another shell ready for the enemy opponent, so here we go, 5, 4, 3, 2, and oop, let's get another tap into that mill. Oh, another 499 damage. I mean, you can see the alpha just absolutely making its way through enemy opponents. Now we're going to see if I can get a shell into this tiger, hopefully clearing him with my IS-3. So let's see if I can do that. And boop, there you go. Nice 450 max roll. And there you go. My IS-3 finished off the tiger too. I mean, we've already cleared the entirety of the heavy flank on the enemy team. I mean, that is just how quick we were able to deal with all of them. Now we got like the T-49 over here, which we sadly missed, but as I did say, the dispersion on this vehicle is quite atrocious. That was actually a pretty nasty shell from that 49 onto the T-71, but in 3 more seconds we should be able to get a connecting penetration onto this guy. There you go, nice HE for 515 damage. And now I'm going to make my way over to the TVP VTU, because the Dracula's only got like 20 hit points, so I don't really care too much about that. We got 45 seconds left on our tungsten, but honestly, I don't even think we're going to get that tungsten back, because their team is already dead. I mean, you saw just how quickly we were able to deal with them, push on them, and completely desolate whatever they had going for them. Speed, go, 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 go! People think I'm streaming and I'm not. Oh, there's the TVP. Hello there, comrade. How you doing? I'm going to play with you. Hee hee. Alright, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Come on, speed, 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 speed. And we can't. Oh, we can HE him, actually. 573 damage with that HE there. Pretty nasty. And would you look at that? We are up to 2,900 damage, and we're pretty easily coming out with a victory. But let's reload. Oh, I thought we might be able to get a shell into that Dracula, but it seems like that's not the case. So there you go. That was an incredibly easy battle that we were able to just easily come out with a win. I mean, there's not much else to say. It was 2,900 damage. We absolutely smashed heavy side. We only missed 1 shell, and that was a snap on the 49. I mean, this tank is absolutely insane. You can penetrate the upper plate of a Tiger 2 with it. Here we are in our second battle. We have tier 9s up against us. We got an M5Yo and an E75 and a Waffenträger Panzer IV. Probably 3 of the strongest tier 9s in the game, at least for their classes. So I'm going to be very wary of pushing into death. At the same time, they got an RAAC, a KV5, a Scorpion G, and a T-34. Wow, yeah, their lineup is very strong. Now, our lineup's not bad either, at least for tier 9s. We've got a 50 TP, we have a Conway, and an Object 84. So, our tier 9s are just as strong as theirs, and I would say our tier 8s are decent. I mean, the T-28 Defender is probably not going to be amazing, neither is the T-32, but we do have a Shark, which is very nice, so I guess we'll find out, right? I'm going to keep pushing right over to this hold-down position. I absolutely love this spot, especially in a heavy, with very, very solid turret armor. So, we got the 34 right over here. We also got the Yo off to the side. Come on, Yo, keep on driving up, because I'm going to tap a shell right into your lower plate. Thank you. Alright, well that's already 400 damage. I can shock right up to my board. We got the 34 Falcon over here, who did not shoot at me. Actually got a shell into my Object 84, because for some reason that guy was exposing his armor. I don't think that Yo would be sitting there, but the Scorpion is, but I'm not too worried about the Scorpion right now. I really want to get a shell into this T-34, which we were able to, actually. Nice. You can see, again, this great gun depression working well. I mean, when you're able to use the gun depression, you can very easily just cut through enemy armor, not really caring. So let's see. We got the Centurion RAAC off to the side. Yeah, that was another nice tap. We did get pinned, though. I'm actually not sure where. Ooh, right on the hull. Wow, I got unlucky there, didn't I? I did not think my hull was exposed, but I guess that's just one of the downsides you might have in this game. Alright, well, let's see. Is this 50 TP just going to drive over? Looks like he is. I'm going to finish off that Scorpion G, and there you go. The 50 TP was able to finish off the T-34. Alright, well, I'm just going to push on up. We get penned once for, oh no, 174. What will I do? I'm going to put on my tungsten and absolutely slap this guy for 509 damage, because tungsten is just amazing to what it can do. 6 more seconds left, and we will have another shell ready for the taking on this Yo. So here we go, one more second, and boom, another big old tungsten slap for 484, and the T-34 is able to finish off the enemy opponents. I mean, you can very easily see why this tank is amazing. It's not very hard to do well in. Oh, but that is a Waffle who we were actually able to get a bounce from. Very, very lucky bounce, I'm gonna say. But, nonetheless, a bounce. Alright, I'm gonna push my way up aggressive. Let's see if I can get a shell into either the KV-5 or the enemy Waffenträger. Here we go. Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. I believe. Yes, Andy's. Oh, no, no, no. Where did that cave even pen me? I actually don't know. Maybe he fired an HE shell, but oh well. We still broke, if I'm not mistaken, 3,000 damage. And if you'll notice at the top of the screen, we got 1,000 points on Supremacy. So this was another battle just to showcase the 53 TP doing its job. And it's not like these were cherry-picked battles. Sometimes people try to say, oh, why do you only show the good battles? I mean, these aren't cherry-picked. These are literally live games. You can see it on my battle log here. 2 battles, 2 wins, and both of the maps we played. I think the 53 TP is an absolutely amazing tank. And if you disagree, you're just wrong, because it is. It's one of the strongest performing tier 8s, and if you can't play this tank, then simply get good. If you enjoyed today's video and you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.